Hey, World of Horror. We were just getting to the spooky part of Devil May Cry. Perfect segue into World of Horror, where I have just a bunch of weird, random stuff that I've downloaded and installed in the game. Here's a new character I just installed. Skady, or Scotty. Scotty sounds a little silly, so maybe not that. We'll go with Skady. She is apparently a killer whale from the bottom of the sea. And she wants to kill the monsters that are invading the ocean. So she's going to go to Shibuya. But this game just got an update. Yesterday, I think, very recently, another update, that's right. And it fixed the Tarot Reader perk pack. So the custom perk that I tried last time, which crashed the game, it now works. So I'm going to show it off. And what kind of backstory do we want? Yeah, Fatalist. I haven't beaten Fatalist yet, so we'll try it. I have to solve the mysteries in the order they appear on the board. However, I have custom mysteries installed, which means I get to choose from among the custom mysteries. Now let's go with this one that I can handle relatively easily. Kind of funny that the Tarot Reader would insist that she cannot change her own fate. We got ourselves skin removal. Let's load up the History Club especially. So I do want to immediately get the perk that was fixed. Show that off as much as possible. No bonus item. The cards predicted this. I'm curious how much custom content is related to this character. I'm not going to switch her costumes. That crashed the game last time. So we'll not do that. Get our free XP boost. I will take the free money from here as well. And then leave and never return. It is dangerous in there. So I'm not even allowed to see what the mysteries are, because I'm a fatalist. What does it even matter? God. I don't even care. But we got, instead, mysteries that we can see. Surprising story of a succulent salt shrine. Or strange sightings of the shadowy silhouettes. Whole lot of sibilance. Here in the first option. Startling secret of the spiral seashells. The S's just keep on coming. Wannabe writer, Manic episode. That's not alliteration. Mysterious enigma of a Manic episode is sort of alliteration. I've never seen anyone try to pull alliteration like that with 2 consecutive letters. I don't know if it works. Abhorrent affair about an awful arcade. That honestly sounds fun. Pained Purr of the Park Payphone. Is that like that episode of Pete and Pete where the phone has been ringing for decades and the town is going insane? Could be. Insufferable investigation of infinite insomnia. Okay, I am allowed to play the awful arcade. Basically, by using custom mysteries, I can completely bypass the downside of this entire backstory. So that's pretty cool. The news reported a young man died at Shibuya Game Center. The age of the guy, only 16, was enough to garner suspicion. It was how he died that tipped the scales and made you want to investigate. The poor kid died after achieving a high score on an arcade machine called Vor, reportedly from a heart attack. He was in perfect health. There was no way he just dropped dead. Something sinister is going on with that game. Vor, not even once. So, being that the kid was underage, his name wasn't reported on the news. To find out more, you'll have to learn who he is. Students at the Shiukawa High Gaming Club might know who he is. They're meeting today. Let's go spy on him. And the school is where I wanted to go. To get Premonition, eventually. Stars Are Right is also a new skill that is unique to this character. Automatically pass all luck checks. Well, if we're gonna get that, it would be better to get it sooner than later. But it is not Premonition, so I must keep bothering the History Club. There is Premonition. Both of these are custom perks that can only appear on custom characters as of this moment, I believe. Which is neat. I think they are the only custom perks, though. And they were made by the developer. It just gated off behind this custom character. And any other custom character that people felt like making. Anything else I need to do? Probably couldn't hurt to get a weapon. Steak knife is my best option right now, unfortunately. And there's none available. Chonky just got an update today. Chonky now starts with dog treats automatically. Because he loves his treats. Take the compass. But I really need that knife. If I get into a fight without a weapon, I could just die. And look, I am Chonky. But only during screen transitions. So there we go, we get to actually see what skill is going to be checked. It's obvious in this case. Told the receptionist about an unannounced inspection, thereby saving her job, but it wasn't real. Find out his name was Akira Iwatana. Now to find his body. After all, you need to get a copy of the autopsy. There's no way this guy's heart just stopped while playing a video game. Someone or something killed him. I immediately suspect Billy Mitchell. Hospital VIP. Mr. Wu, the local occult specialist with whom you've had arranged a meeting, has been assaulted at his home and is gravely wounded. When you try to visit him at the hospital, you're barred entry to his room by an uncooperative policeman. Nobody visits Mr. Wu without proper authorization, citizen. Scram. So we can bribe him, or we can use our very high charisma to fail. The cop calls for backup, and we get arrested, costing precious time. 40% doom, and I'm halfway through the first mystery. Okay, Akira died from a heart attack, but the cause wasn't stress, as was reported in the news. His blood had turned into a black sludge that stopped his heart. How do we know that? Oh, we found his autopsy. We stole it. Somehow. Even with the cops all over our business and arresting us. We got that autopsy. And now we're in the Forest Shrine. It's been vandalized recently, but other than that, you have a feeling that nobody else has visited it in months, if not years. So we can pray or struggle. We have better perception by 1. Let us pray. I would have passed either one because I rolled a 4. You kneel and get ready to pray when you notice that the altar has been defaced with strange markings. Instead of praying, you decide to study them. 4 points of experience. Find Akira's village to be a nice place to live. Let's ask around and find his house. Uh-oh, chased by a monster. I have a decent chance of passing a dex check. And I did. I outrun the monster, plus 5% doom. Perfectly fair. Akira's parents, still grief-stricken, bring you inside. When you explain that you're investigating his death, they're both relieved. The detectives wouldn't believe us, but we know our son didn't die of a heart attack. Look in his room, you'll see. His heart's still there, perfectly intact. Trust us. Okay. Somehow there's text floating out of the wall here in his room. Oh, I guess we were supposed to read that text, but it was in Japanese, so I couldn't. What did Akira mean by beaten? What did he mean by destroyed? You gotta get back to the arcade and fast. The sun is going down. Is the arcade in the forest? I think we have to pass through the forest to get to the downtown area where the arcade is. Canonically speaking. This is just completely random. We found a wind-up doll. You gotta wind it. Luck check success, because luck check is always a success. I essentially have 12 luck. It's possible to get a penalty to luck, though. Or a penalty to all your rolls. Would it be possible to fail a luck check in those circumstances? I don't know, and I hope not to find out. Wind up the key, the doll has a speaker inside it that brings a pleasant song. It's strangely comfortable. Okay, we made it to the Shidokawa Game Center just in time. Only an hour before closing. The Vor machine stands proudly in the middle of the room, but no one dares go near it out of fear. But not you. We are gonna play some Vor. Infinite fetishes have brought us here. And now we will explore Vor. Made with ASCII art. Can unplug the machine. Obviously, we're going to play it. Yeah. Oh, no. They didn't even let me play the little mini game. I just died instantly. That's not fair. Akira got to get the high score. He played it for like an hour. But I touch it and I immediately drop dead. Ah, well. 100 damage all at once. I have much more to show off. Sorry, tarot reader. Lone wolf, an anxious athlete. There's Chonky. Was he always this smiley in his portrait? The portrait might have been redrawn. Well, Alex. You get the job done. Alex has also been updated with a bunch of new sprites. Let's see if we can find any of them. Yeah, Egothig. That just means constantly increasing doom. Gonna apply the History Club and then never use it. And Perception Weapon would have been the way to go, but a Knowledge Weapon will also work just fine. Raincoat has a little color to it. We'll stick with the regular jacket and t-shirt. Oh, I didn't even check to get the empty bottle. Ah, well. And I'm supposed to do these in order, but I'm going to do custom mysteries instead. I keep getting to the end of custom mysteries and then dying. I haven't seen the ending of like 5 different custom mysteries that I've tried. Partially due to my own failures to play the game properly. So I can play any of these that I want. Wonderful Works of a Wannabe Writer. That sounds interesting. Probably gonna have a lot of text, though. Fuyuko-san was always known by Shukawaans as a third-rate writer of low-quality detective mysteries. Doesn't sound like any wonderful works there. Thus, it was a surprise when he was suddenly hailed as a literary genius. His newest series of novels is praised by critics and readers alike, and the books earned him massive profits. What do you know? In Shibukawa, however, recent events have turned a dark page. 4 inexplicable murders have taken place in the recent weeks. The occupations of the 4 victims and the locations of the murders all mirror the endings of Fuyuko-san's newest stories. However, the police have found no evidence to support a connection between the murders and the writer himself. Fascinating. Gruesome murders so similar to Fuyuko-san's Fukuyo-san's novels that it seems implausible that he isn't involved in some way. Perhaps his old neighbors know something about this, now that Fukuyo-san has become rich and moved out. You're certain the folks from his old apartment block will be willing to gossip about the man. Well, fortunately, I'm being told to investigate downtown. The apartments are where I live, but he doesn't live in my apartment building, apparently. So, downtown we go. Where we find the girl in the alley. You heard a scream coming from the alley and decide to check on it. You came across a mysterious girl with 6 tentacles coming out of her back. At the end of each tentacles, covered with blood. But there was no one else beside us. Besides us, what happened here? I did a lot of work trying to correct that. And I still had trouble. She murmurs, hungry. But she murmurs is in quotation marks, so she said that out loud. Let's confront her. Charisma check success, barely. 6 out of 6. You have a rough idea of what happened and decide to confront her. She took a few steps backwards, looking at you confused as you approach her before disappearing into the darkness. You're relieved by that and notice she dropped something. Good drawing, terrible writing. But I won't right now. Alex's stats are through the roof. He's good at everything. But we want a knowledge weapon. I will take the small candle, even though it is the lesser knowledge weapon we can get here. And that's probably fine. Several of Fukuyo-san's old neighbors mention that he has become famous after he returned from his latest forest trip a few months ago. You decide to pay him a visit and interview him. Even if he isn't involved in the murders, you might learn something he didn't tell the police. His new house is a splendid villa by the seaside, at the other side of the town. Not gonna investigate the forest, which is what the neighbors said we should do. We're going to do something completely unrelated to our last instinct. That brings us to the blue quill. It actually is blue, despite the fact that our color palette does not include the color blue anywhere. I didn't know that was even possible. To add a 3rd color to World of Horror. It's a miracle. The writer, Fukuyo-san, eagerly welcomes whom he perceives to be a great fan of his. He regales you with a tale about how his writer's block was overcome by a sudden bout of inspiration while hiking in the woods. You, on the other hand, can't take your eyes off this beautiful blue quill on his desk. Fukuyo-san glares at you. Oh, this? It's just a quill, my child. Adds a bit of flair to my persona, no? It's obvious that his attitude towards you has changed, though. Just a few minutes later, he makes an excuse and tells you to leave. Found the source of his murder powers. There are no bluebirds in the area. We are a skilled bird watcher, and we've never seen one before. Perhaps you could find more information on ornithology at the library. Worth a shot, I guess. Feels like a long shot. Alex is a dog. He might eat the quill. No wonder he's so entranced by it. And no wonder he knows all about the local bird life. He's probably spent many an hour staring at it, hungrily. Let's appreciate the show. Perception check failure. Against all odds. Moving forward, you notice that everyone around you is livid. Looking left and right, the crowd seems to simply vanish. So everyone in front of us is pissed off, but no one is to either side of us anymore. But then there is no one here. What? Every successive sentence has changed the circumstances of this violin concerto. But you realize that you broke into the concert hall and bruised your arms. There was never a concert. We were just imagining things in increasingly strange ways. What a weirdo. Local bird glossary has no bluebirds in it, but a footnote mentions a legend of a magical, wish-granting blue-feathered phoenix. Interesting. The school's occult club ought to have a book on magical creatures. You hope that the club's president will be willing to help you. Igathog did not like that. Ritsuko-chan, most promising athlete. She's here for revenge. Let's beat her to death with a candle. It's unlikely to hit with a lot of these. Ah well. Launch them all. See what hits. I'm satisfied with the outcome. You don't learn much from the book about magical creatures, but to your surprise, you learn that it was written by the local occult shop owner. Artie was a patron of that shop owner. This might lead you on a wild goose chase, but could she have more information about the mysterious Blue Phoenix? Let's find out. But is there anything else I need to do first? Because, Igathig would rather I did not do that. I don't think there is. Screw you, Igathig. Got a street shop. Someone with an eerie smile waves us over. You're clearly going to enjoy what they sell. Despite the fact that we can't see their face. Let's buy something. We bought an ally. You look down and your wallet is empty. That's a lie. I still have $1. You look up and your friend's standing there, having accompanied you the past few hours. What happened? We are having severe gaps in all of our memory, but we did get the second best follower. +1 damage. The attack dog, who also gives you +1 damage, has finally been repaired in the second most recent update. Attack dog now actually does work and give you +1 damage. A wish-granting Blue Phoenix, she laughs from behind the mask. Fuyuko-san, Fukuyo-san, brought a book of black magic from me. That is the source of his quill's power. When the woman mentions spells and rituals utilizing human souls, a shiver runs down your spine. You rush toward Fukio-san's home. He must be stopped. There never was a Blue Phoenix. He just bought soul-stealing powers from the local occult store. Here's our friend. Abhorrent Adorant. Is adorant a real word? I've never seen that word before. I assume it means one who adores. Relaxing on one of the piers at the seaside, you're approached by a middle-aged man. There's a gleam of insanity in the man's eyes as he smiles at you. My love, he groans, I've found you at last. I've waited for this moment for so long. Kiss me, I beg you. Well, let's give him a big sloppy smooch. Charisma check success. Not exactly sure why, you give him a kiss on the cheek. Man breaks down in tears. My beloved finally kissed me. Oh, joyful day! He takes your hand and kisses your palms, then walks away. Only then you notice that he has pushed something into your hand. It's a ring! We just got proposed to. +1 charisma. Or I could use it to get some money back, but I'll take the charisma. Abhorrent is indeed a word. And a good way to get a nice ring. When you buzz the intercom, there is no response. You try the main gate, and to your surprise, it is unlocked. You cautiously step inside the villa. An eerie silence filling the empty halls. Where is Fukuyo-san? Somewhere in his mansion. You could think he's not going to be happy. Whatever. Kinda want to get in this fight, even though I would also love a mask. Yeah, I need a mask too much. Demon mask. Unfortunately, we can wear the demon mask. It does not appear on the character. The artist who made Alex did draw a demon mask variant, but the developer has not implemented code to call demon masks for custom characters. So we cannot see it. But it is +1 damage once again. When you confront Fukuyo-san in his study, he becomes delusional. No, I can't stop now. I have to write more novels. And my greatest work is still unfinished, too. I understand why you're doing this, but no, I cannot stop. Not yet. Not yet. You've had enough of this. When Fukuyo-san isn't looking, you grab the blue quill, break it in half, and throw it into the fireplace. Looks like that was super effective. The writer suddenly lets out a horrible shriek, and his spine audibly snaps as his body falls backwards. Before it even touches the floor, bright flames engulf it. In the fireplace, the beautiful blue quill shrivels and turns to ash. You watch as the body of the wicked writer slowly does the same, his pain screams quickly ceasing. The smell of the thick smoke is what snaps you out of the mindless staring. Covering your mouth and nose, so as not to inhale the fumes, you flee the villa as the flames begin to spread outward. We killed the guy. The writer's stories were all about murders, and when he wrote them, the murders happened. Which is wicked, I guess. So, from the back of the crowd of onlookers, you silently watch the firefighters try to contain the fire. Remembering the shop lady's words and what had happened to Fukuyo-san, you suddenly realize whose soul he has used to cast a spell on the quill, his own. One question remains. Did he do it on purpose, or was it an accident? Interesting. Yeah, I guess it was a death note. Which is funny, because the same person who wrote this mystery, this is a custom mystery, the same person who wrote it also wrote a mystery where you investigate a series of heart attacks at the local high school, and you discover that the source is the death note. A kid at the local school has a death note, and he's killing his bullies using the death note. And if you tell the kid your name at the end of the mystery, he kills you with it as well. And I did that on purpose, and I laughed my ass off because it was really funny. That such a thing would occur to me. Second mystery I found in this game, where the end result, if you pick wrong, you die. Let's learn about some shadowy silhouettes. That could be fine. There it is again, another of those creepy, shadowy beings looking at you from the nearby alley. When you approach one, they flee. When you run away, they keep staring until you lose them in the crowd. It's the 4th time you've seen one of them in the past 3 days, but when you ask around, no one else sees them. Hate the creepy stare of those two tiny eyes, shaped like pinheads. There they are, staring at me, the player. We're gonna lose them in the crowd. They can only follow us so far. Still haven't gotten in a fight. There we go. Speak of the devil. A sudden growl coming from behind a corner makes you stop. Ghoul, you are in trouble. 70% chance to hit. 5 damage a hit. This would be lethal if I landed all of them. No, it wouldn't. It would be 20 damage. Maybe we brace now. Get an 80% chance for 6 damage. It's probably our best bet. Hope so. Yeah. Now, need to land 3 of these. And I can boost each one several times. There we go. Excellent. The math worked out in my favor. To your horror, the shadowy being has started following you this time. It is slowly creeping through the crowd, its piercing gaze locked on you. You need to get out of this town. Some of your family lives in a nearby village. You need to call them and ask for help. So we're just gonna leave town. There's shadows here. I've seen this forceful detective before. Holds us hostage. Let's scream for help. The detective woman curses when one of your neighbors responds to your call. After she runs away, you phone the nearest police station. Once the policemen arrive, they question you about the attack. And it turns out there's no Detective Rokuda employed at the Chiyokawa Police Department. Just another investigator. She noticed that our involvement in the mysteries has coincided with the increasing doom of the town, and blamed us for it. But who knows who the hell she actually was. Not us. During the phone call, your cousin is obviously put off by your sudden request, but is accommodating enough to let you stay for a while, or at least for tonight. But to get to her home, you need to catch a bus that stops by her village, and for that, you need to reach the bus station, and it is located a few intersections away. Will we make it? I'm still itching for a fight. I can kill anyone who gets in my way. You see the silhouette of the lighthouse in the distance. Grows and twitches in impossible angles. Could be the end is near, or it could be an optical illusion. Let's think positive. Perception check success. Your eyes don't lie, it's not an illusion. The myriad windows glow like eyes in the dark. So, failing the perception check there would have not given me a reason penalty. Board the bus and sit down in the seat near the door. Breathe a sigh of relief, not finding any of them amongst your fellow passengers. About half an hour, you should be near your cousin's place. We're safe. We solved the mystery. Oh no, they were there. We just didn't look closely enough. As you arrive in the village, bus drives away, you notice something. It's one of them. I mean, obviously. They were in there the whole time, and they didn't bother us in any way, so maybe they're not that big a problem after all. Walk towards the large house at the outskirts of the village. That's where the cousin lives. Dare not look into the windows of the buildings you pass along the way, fearful that you might see one of them. Let's hope not. Oh, they're here. Cousin opens the door, you freeze in terror. You ignore her cheerful smile and hand raised in a greeting. They're standing right behind her. Scream in horror, startling your cousin. Run away as fast as you can. Before you even realize it, you're sprinting down the road through the forest. Shibukawa lies on the other side. But you're not sure if you really want to go back. Unfortunately, you cannot stay in the forest forever. Night is approaching fast, and it is starting to get cold. But we did find a campsite. Let's set up for the night. Investigate for clues. Rolled it exactly an 8, which is exactly my perception. Close one. We can throw items more effectively. I don't have any items to throw. More perception is probably good. More perception is the last thing I need, actually. Yes, I'll take a luck boost and a knowledge boost. The alleys, the buses, your cousin's village, your entire hometown, they are hiding everywhere, ready to accost you. You run across the streets, trying your hardest to not look at the black faces and creepy stares all around you. Home, you can only be safe at your home. Reading that as one sentence was difficult for my brain. After running up the stairs, you turn around and look back at the ground floor. It's quite silent in here. In fact, you can't hear anyone coming from the outside. Did you lose them after all? Let's take a breather. Wait for a while, wondering if the shadowing creatures are going to find you here. A moment later, you realize the mistake you've made. Catch a glimpse of them, silently creeping up the stairwell. Race back to your apartment, sound of footsteps growing louder and louder behind you. You try to shut the door to keep them out, but it's too late. They're here. Oh no. One way to get rid of shadows is to wave candles at them. Let's do just that. So I can do 12, 17 damage, or 20. Still not lethal. So we brace. Get our most likely possible 6 damage in. And then kill them. Fastest way would be... I need to land all 4, which is unfortunate. But if I do 2 of these and then that, it's still exactly the same effort expenditure. Slightly more likely because it rolls the 85% fewer times. Yeah, let's try it. Alright. Moderately lucky. Screaming in horror, you manage to finally slam the door shut and turn the key. Close the curtains in the window. Look around for a hiding place. Wardrobe should be large enough to fit inside. Cram yourself in there, close the door. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes into hours. No one cares. Smell that detergent on our fresh clothes, but it's fine. But we did fall asleep. When you wake up, your body aches from the cramped area you slept in. Slowly, you open the wardrobe's door and leave. The sun is shining happily through the windows, straight into your weary eyes. Cautiously, approach the window in the kitchen and take a peek at the street below. There are some passerbys, the mailman, the elderly landlord, but you cannot see them anywhere. It's as if they've disappeared. You can only wonder if they're gone for good or not. For now, however, you're safe. The creepy stairs. From that day onward, whenever you see them, and your apartment block is nearby, you know that you can return home and hide in your wardrobe. One day, when it'll be too much for you, you think you will hole yourself up in there and never leave again. So this was not a monster story. This was a story about becoming afflicted with agoraphobia over time. I might hop in the wardrobe myself. after this stream. We can heal up. Didn't need to drink that water. Because we are so close to our max HP anyway. Got Succulent Salt Shrine, Park Payphone, Infinite Insomnia. Yeah, let's give ourselves another mental illness by suffering from insomnia. Like this cartoonish drawing, which is definitely not of Alex. You aren't sure the last time you slept. The constant pressing dangers that lurk around every corner have left you in a state of continuous sleep deprivation. You feel your sanity starting to slip with each and every passing day. Tell me something I don't know. You can't help but to keep your eyes open. You have no idea when something is going to be coming around the corner. When an old god is going to make its presence known. You begin to see things that aren't there. And you fear that if this continues too much longer, you won't be able to tell reality from the waking nightmare that you found yourself in. Who's to say there actually is a difference between reality and the waking nightmare? Looks like we need sleep. So much more to do, but not right now. We're gonna take a nap even though we haven't slept in days. Give it a valiant effort. A wiggly hand sneaks into our room. Eyelids feel as though they were made of lead. You're so tired, and it finally seems as if you've gotten a chance to rest. But as your eyes start to close, a hand pushes through your mail slot, steadily reaching up towards the lock on the door. Let's... I'm tempted to let it in. It's clearly the wrong idea. Too exhausted to deal with it, you walk over to the door and open it, allowing it in. But as you push the door open, there's nothing there. Arm is gone. We're just losing our mind. That was a bust. Somehow you feel even more exhausted. Decide to try walking downtown. See if maybe a walk will help. Exhaustion. This is a normal event that can happen in the main game, but it's more appropriate here. Yeah, it's been slightly rewritten. You find that there's no normal here, referencing the blurb that we just read before beginning this. So, let's buy a coffee. For some reason that costs stamina. Because the coffee tastes like mud. It is taking away some of the darkness around the edges of our vision, but that mud taste won't leave my mouth, and it's making me nauseous. It's getting worse. You're having a hard time determining what's real and what isn't. Try to avoid sleeping pills, but maybe you can finally get some rest if you do. As you pass near a hallway to head to the pharmacy, you hear the distinct sound of scissors cutting through something. At first, you imagine it may be nothing, but as you turn to look down the hallway, dread begins to build in your heart. Try to swallow, but your throat feels sticky, and your brain hesitates. You need to make a decision soon. Let's fail. Dex check failure. You know you need to move, but you're rooted on the spot. The sound of scissors gets closer, the darkness rushes from the open doorway. Surrounding you, something sharp against our flesh, and it hurts. -1, reason and stamina. No explanation of what just happened. But it's using art from the actual developer. Normally this event just automatically gives you -2 reason. So this is an improvement, in my opinion. We never actually went into the hospital. Just stood outside staring. No scissors actually heard. Now we go into the hospital. Surely this time it'll work. There's a special remedy on offer. Walking through the unused hospital floor, a nurse taps you on the shoulder. With a very mischievous tone, she proclaims, "You sick, you drink this." I'm not reading that in the way it was intended. Meanwhile, she shows you a mini bottle of a strange liquid. For some reason, her face is covered from a veil. What to do? Chug. It has a savory taste with clear compact pieces inside the liquid. Look around and the nurse is gone, and instead you gain a new spell, brainworms. Which again, pretty appropriate that we would have brainworms at this point. So we got the sleeping pills. But now we need to walk back, and that in itself is a challenge. So, the heavy footsteps start to echo loudly around you before you realize that everyone on the street is moving in perfect sync with you. As you look around, they all share your face, and everyone is staring directly at you. It's like looking in 100 mirrors at the same time, and you feel your exhaustion pushed away in your fear. Let's watch the patterns. The copies of you only move when you do. And while it takes you a second to see how they move, it isn't long before you figure out how to make it past them. As soon as you break past the last few, all the sounds return to normal. We did it. Things are finally close to an end. Made it to our apartment, take 2 pills and lay down. All is well. The day is saved. However, something is definitely wrong. You've seen this place before. Something about it is frighteningly familiar, but you find you can't get up from bed. Black sun beats down on us. Let's look around. Perception success. Cast your gaze around, do you see what unnerved you so? Black sun casts shadow rather than light. Light blossoms behind objects rather than shadow. It twists your mind, but at least you can rationalize why. Nearly feel your reality start to crumble. It's too late. You're already asleep. Reality is saved. Something in the sun. Fingers reaching outward from the center of that black corona. You remember that it wasn't that you couldn't sleep, it's that you were avoiding it. Avoiding this, and now it's found you. Freddy is coming my way. Yep. You're getting pulled into the center of the sun, where we will fight the Nightmare, which is just a little wiggly guy. He's kind of cute in a way. But he must die, all the same. We can do 20 damage a turn. So once again, it would be best to brace. This is the most efficient thing we can do. 100% chance to deal 6 damage. And then 20 more damage here, practically guaranteed. But I have missed on higher chances to hit. Wake up in your bed, gasping for breath, eyes wide. Been avoiding sleep for so long, you'd forgotten why. At least now we can finally rest safely. You aren't sure when it started, when the nightmare started to stalk you. You aren't sure if it is an agent of an old god or something completely separate. But it had been haunting your sleep, growing ever closer. Now that it's gone, you feel an unreasonable amount of relief. And you can finally feel the call of a natural, restful sleep pulling at you. It's too hard to say no, you're just so tired. You can feel the darkness engulfing you. pulling you into its embrace as you drift away to sleep. We're really getting a description of how sleep works. Time passes as you rest. The sun streaming in through the window, you feel invigorated, ready to tackle the mysteries that await you here in Shiokawa. Try as you might, you can't shake the strange dream you had the night before. Green grass, blue sky, how odd. Who ever heard of those things? So we killed the nightmare, but it's still scary. There were good descriptions of being sleep-deprived throughout that mystery. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, fame seems very powerful here. Potentially. I'll go load up on allies. And then I'll be very fast. Freaky flood. Hopefully we don't have to go into the areas that the flood is affecting. But I'm sure we will. Once again, only need to recover 1 stamina. So the bottle of water did not help me. But yeah, our stats are looking fantastic for 3 mysteries in. We got... Was there something else I wanted to do? Not yet. There will be soon. You know, let's have more mental illness with the mysterious enigma of a manic episode. Wake up this morning and you just can't shake the feeling something is off. After we slept for 2 days, having finally broken the seal of insomnia. You know, you're supposed to take the train today to the village outside of town and investigate a shrine that the girl disappeared at last week. But is it a good idea? I don't know. After your alarm goes off, you gather your things and head downtown. At least the text for all the mystery steps are very short. That's nice to see. I'm actually short on breath from having spoken so much thus far. So much reading. Everyone in the party. Get in the pool. I don't think I can actually recruit this guy, but let's try. Yeah, no. You can only recruit up to 4. Or up to 3, and then you're the 4th one. After that, you need to perform tricks to get people in your party. Anyone working against me here? Nope, these are both good followers to have. There. I threatened him with a knife. And then he ran away. Plus 5% doom. Hello, Wavy Chew. I'm investigating. If I get in a fight, I win. If I get a bunch of event checks, I probably still win because my stats are really good. Oh, I have a harem. I didn't realize that's who I had recruited. There we go. All-girl party. Let's... I guess have our friend go for coffee. -1 funds, but I already had 0, so that's fine. Plus 7 experience. Okay. I gather my things and head downtown again. Did I investigate the wrong area? Or am I stuck in a loop? I'm stuck in a loop. Wow. Interesting. When your alarm goes off, you gather your things and head downtown. Wait a damn minute. Old friend. What the hell? You are surprised to meet your old friend again while waiting for a train. She's not changed at all since the last time you seen her yesterday. She starts talking about moderating a web forum dedicated to the paranormal, to which you finish her statement for her. She looks confused. Charisma check success. You bring up the fact that you just did this 3 days in a row now. She wonders if you've somehow been caught in a time loop, repeating the same events over and over. You shudder to think that might be happening. Alarm goes off, rush downtown. Are we gonna see the friend again? There she is. You are not at all surprised to see your old friend on the train platform, and you're beginning to get upset about it. You immediately start going on about the time loop and how this is the same day 4 times now. Your friend panics and runs away in fear of you. Great job, genius. Try again tomorrow. Groundhog's Day continues. Why is it still today? Why can't it be tomorrow? You see your friend on the train platform again. How do you try and break the loop? Lie to her. You pretend that you have no idea who she is. She tries to remind you, but you stay vigilant. I'm sorry, I mistook you for someone else. She keeps looking at you. She knows you're lying, but can't figure out why. Your alarm goes off. You sit up in bed and wonder if you should even leave the house today. Maybe you're already dead. You see your friend on the train platform. There's only one way to end this, isn't there? That's, not necessarily what I was thinking. Minus 100 stamina. Okay, I'm glad that didn't happen. That was just a dream. Your alarm goes off and you wake up laughing hysterically. The nightmare never ends, but you know how to solve it. Don't do it, Alex. You see her on the train platform. Again. Is she the cause of all this? She must be. We're gonna kill our old friend. Not surprised to meet your old friend waiting on the train platform. She's not changed a bit since the last time you saw her. And hopefully after today, you'll never see her again. Time to die, old friend. She has 1 HP. But if we let her attack, she deals 1 damage to us. Guaranteed to hit. So, let's take her out. Your alarm didn't go off today. It's tomorrow. You broke the loop. Could have also done that by clicking in the corner. Train station is closed. Apparently yesterday, some lunatic in a mask showed up and butchered a girl on the platform before leaping to his death in front of the train. You don't even have to ask to know it was your old friend. Somehow you know you'll end up seeing her again. You broke the loop, but at what cost? That was an exceptional mystery. It got me for like 3 iterations of the loop. And I figured we'd have to kill the friend. I honestly thought it would have made me kill myself because I picked bad choices during the events. But thankfully, no. It made me kill the friend. Which I prefer, because I get to continue the game when I don't kill myself. Now, finally, let's try the pain purr of the park payphone. A new rumor is crawling the streets of Shibuya. If you enter a specific phone booth in the public park, you'll be greeted by a call. Does not matter whether you run away or pick up the phone. Once you hear the phone ring, you're doomed. Sounds good to me. To get a lead for your investigation, you ask around the school grounds for information. A group of high schoolers says their friend's boyfriend entered the phone booth on a dare. That friend should be in the library right now. Let's talk to her. So, the groundskeeper's office has been closed after his decapitated head was found in the dumpster. Sneaking into his room, you see nothing out of the ordinary at first, except a rather large amount of pinup posters. Examine the posters. Charisma check, extreme failure. Nothing but obscenely dressed, if at all, women on the posters. Then you notice the dried out yellowish stains. Gross. No wonder someone chopped his head off. You find Izumi and ask her about her boyfriend. Turns out he is right next to her, muttering under his nose with an empty stare. You inquire about what happened, and she warily retells you the dare. You press on. She does not want to talk anymore. I got a bad feeling about this. You head out to the park, mulling over what you just heard. The poor guy was dared to enter the lone phone booth on the east side, where he answered the doomed call. On the other end of the line was an endless guttural purr, whispering words that should not be heard by any human. Interesting. TV store. You stumble across a TV shop. Let's rest there. Luck check, extreme failure. I keep rolling 12s. That is unfortunate. While catching your breath, one of the screens starts displaying a recording of someone sleeping. You recognize the bedroom. It's your own. Find the east entrance to the park. There you can see a lone, shabby payphone booth standing on the edge of the path. It is time to check out this rumor for yourself. So we go to the forest. Inside the phone booth. Once inside, there's no way back out. Let's pick it up. If ska taught me anything, it's that you gotta pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. The caller isn't human. You hear a pained, cackling growl, and can almost make out some words. They fill you with dread. You turn your back to the payphone and rush home. I thought it was locked in there forever. But no, I guess Izumi's boyfriend wasn't locked in there forever either. Just for a couple seconds. Once we're back at the apartment, our phone rings. Loud ringing. Fills up the room. They're not hanging up, so we answer it. We were hoping it was a call from our friend about his birthday party. Instead, it's an inhuman, guttural voice. You can't run away now. Voice is plaguing my mind, not letting me rest. Feels like I'm going crazy. Yeah, let's go bother them again. Izumi and the boyfriend. There's a ghost teacher. Someone grabs my shoulder, turn around, and meet face to face with an unfamiliar-looking man. Students must be held to the highest standards, he says. Time to conduct an extra test. Let's answer his questions. Oh, failing all my tests here. Failed to answer one of his questions. This is absolutely unacceptable, he shrieks, and then gives you a devastating slap to the face. As you come to your senses, you notice the man has disappeared. Managed to find Izumi. Her boyfriend committed suicide, driven mad by the voice in his head. The throaty cackling is filling up your mind. You feel your own madness creeping in, lurking just below your consciousness. So we head home. On the staircase, the whispers you hear around render you unable of having your own thoughts. The words and noises that enter your ears seem to start coming from your very own mouth. There's so much left to investigate. Gathering whatever you thought you have left, you decide to take a rest. -1 reason, something changed. And Alex changed. He now has the scared expression because his reason got so low. Legs are buckling down, but you have to make it to your room. Fall on bed, force myself to sleep. Nothing gets this furry down. Although, yeah, he's got some bags under his eyes at this point. There's also a low stamina look that we're probably going to see as I go through the watchtower. if this mystery doesn't kill me. And there's a bunch of masks that I could have put on, but I didn't find any. You feel like the croaking purr is coming from everywhere, and the sight of the familiar apartment building is not enough to calm you down. You climb the stairs, clutching your head. Morning comes, and you wake up. The guttural voice is still around and inside you. With time, the noise will not go away. You will become a part of your nature, just like a tinnitus. You learn you're not the sole victim, and not the sole survivor. The throaty voice becomes known as the Whispers. Capital W Whispers. It's a taboo topic among the people. Although, if you know what kind of madness to look for in the eyes, you can identify those who went through the same fate. You don't think you'll enter a phone booth anytime soon. Hey, I got unscared though. That is kind of disturbing. That, like, there's no cure and you just sort of, like, live with the whispers for the rest of your life. And you can recognize other people who are doing the same. I guess I'll boost my charisma, even though it's not helping me. I failed, like, every charisma check. And boost knowledge, whatever. Yeah, screw it. It's the end of the run. So, go back, get our key, cannot take a bath, as the water just got putrid. In we go. Our stats are so high that we're gonna be fine. So, I'm pretty sure it was Ghoul and Vengeful Athlete. Apparently not. No chance of losing to Doom, though. Really no chance of losing at all. This is a strength check, which I don't have. Now my stamina solo that I got a blood print on my face. Some scratches that blend in with the eyebrow. Maybe not the best way to display those scratches. This is a dex check, which I don't have. But all my other stats are well high enough to get us through. No idea which one was the second one I did. But I think it was this. No. Whatever. I still just now broke 50% Doom. And here's Takashi-san. You are so dead, my man. Yeah, that'll kill you. I think. Yeah, exactly 26 damage. Lethal. And there we go. Egothig's Altar. For some reason, it takes like 10 clicks to break the altars these days. I don't know why. It's only supposed to be the one. But there we go. 5 mysteries. And a new achievement, because I cheated my way through the Fatalist backstory. Wonder what that unlocked. Let's check. Fatalist. Uchida. A new ally can appear randomly. Interesting. Well, there we go. That was another adventure through World of Horror. This upcoming Thursday, I'm going to play more Devil May Cry. Probably well into Devil May Cry 2. And then probably more World of Horror, because I still have so much modded content that I haven't looked at yet. So if that sounds fun, tune in this Thursday. Same time, same place. Have a good one, folks.